Alright guys, in this video you're going to see some wide open throttle pulls, and going to give you my honest opinion on what I think about centrifugals versus Whipple or TVS blowers, so forth. Drag setup is 17 by 7 front race stars, 17 by 9.5 rears on Micky Thompson ET Street R305. 4517 front is 235 5517 nitto motivos. Alright guys, quick rundown of mods. Procharger, as you can see, with the race intercooler, race bypass valve. It's a P1X unit. I do plan to upgrade it, but I'm going to push this into the limit. 3-1 upper grip tech pulley, ATI 18% lower, 392 BGE block, done a stock 6.4 crank in, drop in rods and pistons from Modern Muscle, custom grind cam from Modern Muscle, 6.1 intake ported with a Hellcat throttle body, Fore Innovations L2 fuel system, all the catch can stuff as you can see, long tubes, 3-inch exhaust with borla XR1 mufflers, drag springs, BMR diff brace, and lower control arms from Spoon Performance. Still got to get my uppers. Let's see what else. Mopar 1320 stall converter. It's tuned by the engine and transmission is tuned by Dixon at Evolution Tuning Performance. It is tuned on 93 octane. The car is on 93 octane. Low timing. On the second transmission, the first one was trying to finalize tuning, and it finally started slipping and stuff, so I put a lower mile transmission in it, and just tried to hopefully get through the summer just for now, then put a built one in it, then we can turn it up and stuff. Done the sonnax thermal bypass mod for the transmission thermostat block. I just posted it in my last video. Check it out. Yeah, I'm sure I'm definitely forgetting something. I got a DSS drive shaft, but I'm definitely forgetting something. Let's get to the videos, then we'll talk about my recommendation and what I think about centrifugal versus twin screw. Around 50 something or 60. Try one more here. Third gear. It did spin just a touch right there on the hit. see, I done the transmission bypass mod for the thermostat, and after all them pulls and stuff, that's what it's reading. It is 45, 47 degrees out. It's around getting around the 140 range after back-to-back pulls. Here's my peak boost. This gauge saves it. 15.4. Do a little walk around. Alright guys, as you seen in the video, car makes around roughly 15 pound of boost. We're shifting around 6,500, 6,600 RPM. It's shifting. Transmission's not 100%, but it's probably about as good as we're going to get it. We've been fighting with it for a while now. Transmission wise and stuff, it's been a pain with this car for some reason. But I am pushing the limits on it, so. But that is about as good as it's going to get until we get a built transmission, until I get a built one. Probably looking next year for a built one, then we can turn it up and see. But looking forward to getting it to the track to actually see what it actually runs. Ballpark, on paper, I'm expecting, I don't know, 10.3 to high 9s. Hopefully, we'll see. Ballpark, I'm expecting 10.3, high 9, somewhere in there. That's where I'd like to be anyway. Still on 93 pump gas. But yeah. All right, my opinion on centrifugal versus positive displacement. On a Charger, Challenger, this is really pertaining to the Gen 3 Hemis. If you're looking to push it 600 plus and you're going to change your cam and your stall converter, go with a centrifugal, Vortec, Procharger, whatever. Usually down low, you can manage it better, even with the tuning and stuff, for higher power levels to hook up and get out of the hole. Positive displacement, sometimes you will fight a little bit, especially at the higher power levels. You got to pull a lot of power out just to get it to go. Just depends on your tire setup, your suspension setup. There's a lot of factors. Track prep, whatever. But that is my opinion. As far as how they feel, how I got my car set up, when I gear it down like you've seen in the videos and get on it, it puts you straight back in the seat. It pulls pretty good. and it don't taper off and fall off like a positive displacement up top. It keeps pulling. Some of the positive displacement blowers, especially the older ones, they hit real hard down low in mid-range, then up top they'd kind of flatten out. You can feel the car just level out. That's how my old 08 Charger was with the Edelbrock. Go back and check those videos out. It hit real hard down low in mid-range, and up top it just fall off. I had a good ET, but my mile an hour was slow. That was why. That's my thoughts on that. Both blowers can get the same power and whatnot. That's not the problem. Centrifugals and stuff usually run cooler IATs. You won't have as high intake temps, and they just keep pulling and stuff. Positive displacements will have higher intake temps once you start pushing them harder and so forth. That just depends. But the new 3.0 seems pretty good, but I have seen a lot of issues. People complaining about rotor clearance and this and that once they start pushing it, and bearings fail and all this and that. Don't have one. Can't say a lot about it. That's just what I've seen. But that's my opinion. 600 plus to the wheel, and if you're looking to do a cam and all that stuff, go centrifugal. But I don't know if I would do a centrifugal if I was just going to leave the motor stock and 6-7 pounds of boost. I don't know. They don't pull as hard. That's why a lot of people goes wrong. If you don't change the camshaft to help with the low end to get some of it back and change the stall converter, a lot of people don't like it. The example, bone stock 5.7, okay? You bone stock, you slap a centrifugal on it, Procharger, whatever, 7 pound of boost, you're making probably 480 to the wheels. A lot of people ain't happy with it because it don't hit real hard and stuff, and it's kind of laggy. It needs a little help with a camshaft and a converter. Now these are just my opinions. Like when I put this car together and finally got it where I can go wide open throttle, I was honestly expecting it to be laggy and whatnot, but it honestly surprised me. I mean, it puts you right back in the seat. Like I said, but if I leave it in a high gear and try to get on it, like roll on it or something, I mean, you know it's got a centrifugal on it. But gearing it down and doing it how I was doing it, it's very similar to a positive displacement as far as feel. I mean, it pins you right back and just keeps pulling. I was a hardcore positive displacement guy. But that's pretty much my opinion on it. Like I said, if you're looking for 600 plus and want to do the cam and stall converter and really push it, centrifugal. If you're just looking for stoplight to stoplight, something to put around with, throw a blower on it, 7-8 pound of boost, positive displacement. But if you want to start pushing it, they'll work too. It's just up to you on how you want. But I feel after fighting with the high intake temperatures on my old car with the positive displacement and this and that, this non-stop stuff, I decided to go centrifugal on this one and try it out. So I like it so far, but we'll see what kind of track numbers it honestly does. But that's pretty much all for this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. That's going to be all for this video. Like, share, and subscribe. I may put a couple clips in here from an older video, but we'll see. Thanks, guys.